Okay, hopefully the live stream is working. Hopefully the live stream is working. Hopefully it's working. Hopefully it's working. So I'm trying to go live and it just wasn't working, so hopefully now it is. I know I'm repeating the same thing over and over again just in case it gets cut off. But anyway, welcome. I don't know what's going on with the stream health. It should be green according to OBS. Minor issues. I have no idea why. Let me just refresh it. Still yellow for some reason. I don't know why. The only thing I can say is let's just switch over to the PC real quick and see if everything looks smooth. So we're kind of out on the west side right now. We are the dot on the far left side of that map. I don't really see what the issues are. But anyway, yeah, anyway, welcome to the live stream. It's 4 a.m., so my brain's going to be even more out of service than it usually is. Let's take a look at some of the things that have been fixed up and completed lately. So this is Troy's house. So we have lights, we have sewer, we have furniture, sort of. It's not my favorite house ever, but I can see he tried to do something way different than usual. Man, he even went over the top with that. He actually put a mailbox on a post. He even put Vapid Street instead of Vapid Road. Well, good news is that our stream health is A-OK for now. It's green. But anyway, you might just saw a glimpse of what we're gonna go and look at next. And there's another glimpse. Okay, I need to like fix something real quick. Here, we're gonna go and put this thing in full screen mode for a minute. There we go. Perfect. So anyway, over here, there's some interesting developments that I've done. Starting with the Jaguar City State Park. We'll kind of work our way up north. So we're going to start near the southern part of all of this. So as usual, here's Ashley's gorgeous house. Here's the state park. It's been here for years. Couple decent lakes. They're not very good, but hey, at least the area around them looks really, really nice. I really like the way this turned out. There's a road that just divides it. So basically, here's the new stuff right over here. If it's not very clear, allow me to tell you what I did. So, right about here, especially along this line, what I did was, as you can see right here, I'm along, what is it? It's like right here. Okay, so along this line right here, here it is. You can kind of see with the trees a little more carefully. See how they're flat? That's because this side of the forest has a lot of structure block sample forest placed instead of actual forest. Because on console edition, there was forest, and I needed a quick way to put it back. And like with the road paving technology over the years, I now use structure blocks. I don't even use commands. But when it comes to forest creation, I figured out something that's a lot more efficient. You can cover a larger area, it's more efficient, and it's also natural. And that's what I really liked. So I used the method that I used to make it all dense and stuff up, well, actually over there from wherever that line is all the way this way. See how it's like all dense right in here, and then it's like very faded. Well, not faded. Fuck, it's so early in the morning. I don't even care to know how to talk right now. But it's so lightly populated with trees right here, but yet it's so dense over here. And if we keep going up, you'll see that it's just so dense. Well, there's a little trick that I'm going to show you guys. I'm not going to actually demonstrate it just because this particular area is fine. Maybe I'll do it right here, though. It helps to have two devices if you can. So basically what you want to do is you just want to find a corner. So we'll just pick right here. We're going to do TP at A at S. So that's going to bring CK right here. That's my PS4. We're going to go over here to right about here. I kind of want to line it up with this, with the corner of the road. Maybe offset it just a little bit. So like right about here, right? So we're going to switch over to the PS4. Now, I'm going to switch back once I get the command typed out, but we're just going to load in this area right here. I'm going to go ahead and type out the command. It's going to be /fill. Actually, we're going to do 4. -4, 1081, 4, -112. And from here on out, we're going to basically just use the up arrows to change what we're actually trying to type. I think this is just blank. Yep. So anyway, right here. So we have our coordinates. We're just going to do sapling 4. So now it's basically whoever can grow the fastest gets to stay forever. And you're like, okay, well, now you have 1,000,000 saplings. How is this possibly efficient? Well, you see, there's another part to it. Now, I got the best results when I did it like this, so we're just going to let that grow a little bit. And once you do this, you can't undo it unless you want to, like, keep. I mean, I guess you could do keep, but actually, no, you have to do the command that I'm about to do, possibly followed by the next one, just to make sure that the first one worked, because it doesn't. You have to do both, or you can probably just get away with doing the second one. Maybe I'll just try the second one only, see if it does anything. I've had bad luck with this block right here getting removed when we go to do this next part. So this next part is just simply air0 replace sapling. Okay, I guess you don't have to do sapling 4. You can just do sapling. And basically what we've done is we've put in natural forest in a given range, and it's a lot bigger than the structure block can do, because you can place like over 30,000 trees in a given area, and whichever ones grow up, you just get rid of the ones that don't grow up, thus giving you a forest with decent spacing. It's not as dense as I could have let it get, but it gets the job done. That's all that matters. It's a little patch, or it's a little spotty right there when it comes to the density, but that right there is just super dense. It's actually denser than the by hand method, which, if you look at this map, I'm kind of along that border of handmade, which is that way. So kind of in that direction. But yeah, over in this direction, it's super dense in certain areas. So that's that. In terms of the next set of development, we actually have to go this way a bit, so I'm just gonna glide over to it. Now we're gonna go this way, because this will take us to what we actually want to look at. Now, I don't remember the name of this road for the life of me, but what I do know is this road is super, super long. In fact, it'll take you all the way to where the live stream started. Man, if you guys want to put together like a compilation and like send me the revenue from it of all of my like speech impediment like type mess ups, because like I don't have one really. I mean, I haven't had one since I was like really little, but sure as hell messing up like I have one. Just make sure you pay me for it. But anyway, this is what I did last night. So I created the road outlines, and basically this is going to be a new neighborhood, and I also blended the new forest with this original forest, which is blended in with the computer generated forest thanks to the structure block. So structure block, natural, hand place, and then command. As you can see, the density is very high right here. Hopefully this will be enough room to, put in a couple nice houses. I'm thinking each one's going to be about, maybe about that wide. Keep going. You could probably put 5 houses back here. I'm sure I could adjust the spacing, or maybe even just put 4 over here. Maybe another 4 over there. And then what I can do is I can go back with a command and clear out some of the forest. That, or maybe I'll shift the road over a bit and make it so the road just cuts right through or something. I'm also planning on putting some houses here. I'm going to put some over in that little corner and that place right there. And then over here is going to be a giant store. Some buddies from work want to put our store right here. I'm not sure. Well, they just want to build our store, so they would probably opt to put it here if they had the choice. But I might put something else there. And in case anyone recognizes this area, you'd be right if you were guessing that this is where the race car track once was. Race car track got messed up when I converted to Bedrock with this particular version of the world. So rather than giving a crap about the race car track, I just decided to get rid of it. And I completely understand, like, you're RacermanXtreme, why are you getting rid of the race car track? I mean, it was just beyond repair. There was so little of it left, I would have had to redo it from scratch, basically. Sure, I had a head start, but I didn't remember how the exact layout was, and quite frankly, I don't feel like redoing it. Drake Berry, of all people, was the one who wanted it more than anyone, and yet he put the least amount of work into it after it first started. Like, he kind of got it moving, and then he stopped. Just never bothered with it again. And he was like, oh, well, we need to bring, the RP days back, by putting in a race car track, which is where, the RP all started, basically the RP that I eventually brought to 5M in a completely different fashion, that RP started on a racing game. In fact, it was Gran Turismo 5, which I've played on this channel before very few times. In fact, my first video on this channel, made for this channel, that features my old friend Box, and it's the first real video for this channel. The one that actually made it to online first. Obviously, I had some other content that I later used for other stuff, or made like a compilation of old stuff. But the first video that I was confident with on this channel was Gran Turismo 5. It was the Box's birthday special. And that video was uploaded, I think, on his birthday, 2014, or May 19th, 2014, something like that. And yeah, I mean, you know, what better way to put roots of the RP into your city than, or like, what better way to do it than to put a race car track in? You know, just so we have something that's car related. And again, I get it, but it just doesn't fit anything we're doing right now in terms of agenda, or even in terms of space, because I just filled up that space with a giant neighborhood and some stuff like that. I think at the end of the day, the race car track should have been planned better. I think Drake Berry should have actually gotten on the world and played a lot more. And I think that Drake Berry should have been the one to finish it rather than putting it off on everyone else to finish it. Because he kind of has a problem with that I think we've even told him about. Like, you know, you start something and then you just completely forget it and never come back to it. And I'm like, why are you trying to do it in the first place? We know that this is something that constantly happens. It's not the first time that's happened either. Like, there's other instances that I think, if I were to think about it, I could remember them, but I don't right now. And I don't know how much I can share without him, you know, kicking my ass, other than, you know, prime example, there's the race car track, and he never bothered to finish it. So maybe one day he'll come on here and actually build it and prove me wrong when I say that he has a problem with starting stuff and never finishing it. That, or he'll just never get his wish of having a race car track on here again. But then again, he doesn't really care. At least as of recording, or streaming, I should say. He doesn't really care. It's fine, but, you know, that was his wish, and he's not going to get what he wants if he's not going to come and work for it. Oh yeah, the good thing with this is I can just come over here and just load the new version of it. So anyway, I'm just going to kind of finish that real quick since I'm out here, and I'll probably never do it later. Oh, whoops. Don't want to do that. I just wanted to load it. If only I knew where the part right there was in terms of structure blocks. So we're gonna quickly fly over to right there. Hopefully it's just right here. But of course it is not. Yeah, I could not tell you where that thing is. Unless it is this one. Yeah, here it is. Found it. I guess we can go through each one again and just make sure that the offset is zeroed out. Well, of course, except for the y. You want that to be -1 for now. Perhaps this one is not zeroed out. Other than that, I couldn't tell you where the other thing is, but looks like it's fixed, so that's good news. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a structure block right here. Actually, no, we're gonna stick it like right here, actually. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add 1, 3, how about 5? What about 6? Yeah, we could do 6, why not? What's it gonna do? And then we just need a little bit of white, and then we're good to go. White wool. Just put that back. There we go. Now I just need to finish that at some point. As for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the length by width trick. So for that, we're going to need to bring our PS4 over. And I'm going to go right here because I think right about here is going to be perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to do fill. I'm just going to aim down right there. Fill negative 616 4 because we want to do the ground level, or we want to put it on the ground. And then what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to this. We're going to go back here. It's going to be 525 4 negative 118. Switch back. Sapling 4. We also want to steer clear of the power lines if we can help it. Now the good thing is once I do that, what we can do is we can bring this fence down. Actually, hold on, we're going to put the fence back because actually what I want to do instead is not 100% perfect it, but I'm thinking right about here we can just go ahead and put the fence. I actually got it right. So that means from that point all the way over to this point, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do the keep. So it's going to keep whatever's there. So negative 567, negative 181. 567, and we're going to do keep. Because we don't want to add any issues over here when it comes to like things getting removed. Now that's about as close as I want to get to the power lines anyway, so hopefully this will look pretty natural while also being very, very dense. And yeah, I mean, I get it, you know, a bunch of acacias growing like that is a bit weird, but you know, it beats having to do that. Yeah, we could probably do one more. Oh, whoops. And yeah, I can just do a command. It'll get rid of all the excess saplings. I just have to do it from like right here to this corner or the opposite corners. Okay, so we're going to do error 0 replace sapling. And then we're going to go up 1. Error 0 replace sapling. So what that did was that took out all of our saplings but left all of the trees exactly the way we wanted it. You know, over in manual mode area, I'm just gonna have to spawn all those by hand. And then I'll just get rid of the saplings later. I hate doing it like that because one of the things I don't like about doing it this way is on console you could just like randomly fly around and just place, and you could fly around in like a random pattern. You could click or well press the button once and it would plant one sapling. Bedrock is a lot more sensitive, so a click might put out like, it might do something like that. Well, I'm sorry, like that, like while you're flying. See how it's placing more than one, especially right here. Like, that's an example. I think I ran into this one before I could do another one, but it's like, it's very annoying. I don't usually like seeing the grass and stuff grow like that, but yeah, I'll have to get rid of it later. And then over here, on console edition, there wasn't this at all. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do it like this because there used to be a whole neighborhood, which is now gonna be just this area right here. This is gonna be just a dead end road, some forest. Trying to make it so this whole part of the city is kind of like enclosed with trees and stuff before you like venture out into a whole other part of the city. Um, the one thing I don't want people to think is that, oh, I'm just trying to like make it so when there's like an end to it all and then there's just gonna be void and emptiness after it. No, 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 no. I'm gonna build other sections of the city eventually. In fact, I have a northern project that I've sort of done some stuff to this year, especially with the structure block and being able to multiply stuff and um, adapt interiors to other buildings. I did that once. Um, but what I'm gonna do, hopefully, is have multiple sections, and each section's kind of surrounded with trees, so you kind of know where every section starts and ends and stuff. But yeah, I mean that right there is gonna take up, you know, over a quarter of the map, leaving you with just some on the right and about twice as much, or about half the height left of the whole map. So that's pretty good. This one is just so much, or it's just developed so much. Like there are sections on here that are almost as big as just that. Mainly because I don't have that many plans for up there anymore. But yeah, hold on. Let me do TP at S. I'm gonna do 1,000. I want to go right there because I want to fly this way and fill in that parking lot real quick. Here we go. So yeah, this neighborhood alone is going to, like I said, take up over a quarter of the map. So the good news is that it's not going to take as much work, to get it done. I might even clone houses, so that way, the neighborhood doesn't even take that long to do. Do like a really good job with the house, and then just clone it and maybe swap up the furniture, redo the, like redo the bathroom or the kitchen or something. Just basically vary it a little bit, or add some variance, I should say, and then next thing you know, you have a completely done neighborhood up north to you know help with the city development progress. And like everything else in 2020, everything's been kind of slow. So, um, there's a lot of hand-built stuff around here that looks really nice. And you get into some of the clone stuff, and stuff like that needs some work. But I figure if I do a good job with building houses that are meant to be cloned, maybe things will start to pick up the pace, and we can utilize the technology of the structure block, because I think the structure block is honestly one of the best tools I have right now. It can make my city, which, like I said, was mostly hand built, I can start speeding it up even more. So hopefully things can move along, and eventually when I get new ideas, I don't have to worry about, oh wait, I need to do this section first or something like that, because I don't know, the whole project's winged pretty much. I don't plan much. Like, I'll plan out like how a house is gonna be, but I'm not gonna plan, how any of it's gonna be done other than, setting it up so it can be done. That's the only part that I plan out. But when I like draw an outline, I wing it. When I detail an outline, again, completely guesswork. And it just works. It makes the city look nice because it works out. Fine tuning this and that will make the house look 10 times better than before. And that's always the tip I want to pass on. If you can guesswork stuff, if you can improvise anything, you can build anything. Because building is nothing more than just improvising. But I don't know, it's almost 5 a.m. and I am super, super tired, and I'm tired of sounding like I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm tired of messing up words because it's just so tiring to talk and stuff like that. I wanted to bring the live stream to you guys and just show you guys some of the things I did last night. Mainly the trees. Not really much work on the houses and stuff. I need to get rid of this real quick. Not too much work, but I just want to show it to you guys and fly around and talk to you guys for a little bit. I don't see anything in the text chat, so I'm probably just gonna wrap up the live stream. Just be sure to leave your comments in the comment section below. I look forward to reading them, and take care. Be sure to like, subscribe, join our Discord. I got links in the description already, so just click on those links and join up on Discord if you want to talk to me or RP with me. Till then, take care. Be sure to like, subscribe, like I said, and have a good one.